months ago, I submitted for the first time ever some cards to get graded at both PSA and Beckett. I'm hopeful there are some 10s coming back my way, but I won't know until I open up the boxes. So let's get into these ones and check out the results. This video is 3 months in the making, and I am absolutely jacked up today to get into the PSA and Beckett return submissions. Super hard to avoid the ratings on the online submission, but I did. So today is going to be an absolute surprise in terms of the results. I'm hoping first time submission, first time luck is going to happen, but we've got some big time heat to look at. Now there's 3 boxes to get into on this one. The 2 smaller ones are from PSA, so I think I'm gonna do those ones first, just because the big ones, the big hits, the 3 big hits are from the Beckett box, which is actually the biggest box that I have. So I think save the best potential for last. But all of these cards in general are going to be big submissions for myself. Now, bear with me as I get through this extremely well packaged submission box. This is a fairly large stack. Next one up, again, another PSA box. So this is like really loaded. I think this is the pack that I submitted. So we're gonna get that out there. That's exciting to see. All right, before we get into the PSA side of the submission, you know we gotta appease the degeneracy of Pokemon cards by getting into a couple packs, because I mean, again, the channel has dropped the cards, we gotta get some drops in here. Even post grading, we still gotta get some hits. So I'm gonna open up a couple Stellar Crown packs in between the 2 submissions, and who knows, maybe I'll land a couple big time chase cards from the second to latest set, obviously with Prismatic Evolutions coming out and Surging Sparks. This one is getting lower on the radar for being hyped up, but that's okay. There's still some big hits in the set waiting to be uncovered, so might as well throw in some opening of packs here. Let's see, can there be a hit on that first go? Toodle, and a Klinkang on that one. One more, just one more pack before we get into the PSA graded cards and pack. I'm excited, I'm nervous. I'm hoping for a first time submission charm, if there is such a thing. Please bless me, Pokemon, the overlords, give me some heat coming back, because again, it's been 3 months in the making to get these cards back. Let me know down below, how's it been for you when you submit to both PSA and Beckett? Are the lead times just, ridiculous? Are you finding yourself forgetting that you even submitted stuff, and then all of a sudden it's showing back up on your doorstep months and months down the line? I mean, just the wait times are just unbelievable. So let's see though. Meltan reverse holo, and no hit on that second pack. Well, maybe one more. Okay, third pack. Let's see, can we get some sort of hit before to give the degeneracy train a bit of fuel to move forward in the positive range? Again, I don't know the results. I'm hoping for some good 10s across the board. That's the goal here, is to get some pristine cards back, but you just never know. It could be a hit or miss. These cards are sticking together. You got the Payapa Berry, Reshiram, Swalot, again, Stellar Crown, Ace Spec, okay, Sparkling Crystal. Take an E-Spec card. These treatments are really cool. And is there anything on that one? The reverse holo Payapa Berry, and no hit on the last card. All right, we still got one more pack of Stellar Crown to get into, but we'll use that as the buffer between the PSA and the Beckett submission. So first and foremost, we've got the PSA submission, and first up, we've got the actual pack that was submitted, part of the submission. I'm going to drop in the bio the links to the cards that I managed to pull, because all of this was, most of it actually was pulled from packs that I opened up on videos, and some of it was from product that I picked up. Now, in particular, the actual pack that we have graded from PSA is a Series 3. So this one is one that I picked up at a local trade card show. This is definitely a PC item. Obviously, very nervous to see how it will come through. So we're gonna flip it around. We're not gonna see the rating. We're gonna flip and reveal. Can we get the sticker out? Let's see. We gotta be careful, and these are huge slabs. Obviously with the packs, they do take up a lot of space. So we've got PSA, again, the top 3, this is coming back. So we're gonna see here, as you can see, the series 3 pack. This is going to look so good in the background. PC item, and it's just wicked. I'm gonna have to get more packs graded. Just, I think they look super cool, especially some of the vintage stuff. This is another nice way of just immortalizing older packs as, you know, a collection item. So this one, I was warned with the series 3 packs, they do come, a lot of them, with that kind of angled cut. So probably not going to be a 10, but I think I could be happy with a 9. I don't remember what my initial thought was going to be on the grading. I'll drop that link below as well, the grading submission video that I made, where I provided my predictions on some of the card ratings that I was going to get. So I don't remember what I said on this one. I'm fairly certain I didn't say it was going to be a 10. So if I get a 10, absolute miracle. But if it's at least a 9, I think this will be a huge win. So let's see on this one. Top series 3, do we have a 9 rating? Okay, got a mint 9 on this one. I will take that. That is an absolute win. This thing, again, older pack, 2006. This thing held up. Super stoked about that. And again, get to immortalize it on the shelf. So a mint 9, I will take that. So we are gonna go 4 cards. Yeah, we've got 4 of them in this, and we're gonna see what are the grades on this one. Oh, okay, so this is the Zapdos G from the Platinum Arceus pack that I opened up at a Seattle Expo, the Collector Expo, I believe it was. And that was another video. Again, I'll drop these in the profile. Hit it live at the event, which was awesome. This one is super cool. I like Zapdos as one of my, you know, favorite bird, legendary bird Pokemon. Nothing against Moltres, nothing against Articuno. Zapdos is just, you know, I just resonate more with Zapdos. So I'm really hoping, again, this is another solid PC item. I'm really hoping for a 10 just because this one was pulled from a pack fresh. So I'm just hopeful, but we're gonna see. I don't know, could be tough. I mean, PSA, you never know with them. So I'm pretty sure my prediction was a 10 on this one because it is clean. I don't know if you can see it there, but that thing was absolutely immaculate. So I'd be very surprised, but again, you just never know. So let's see Zapdos G from Platinum Arceus, a near mint 8. Okay, first disappointment. I mean, an 8. I don't know about that one. I mean, what could be possibly setting this off? Let's see. Hard to tell. Maybe a slight off on the far right here, but on the back side, I mean, usually they're pretty lenient, I believe, on the back side, where it's more on the front where the actual artwork is. They're a little bit more stringent, but really it's that far off because I don't really see any whitening on the edges. I don't see any kind of rough marks to the actual card in itself. So yeah, I don't know. That is a tough one. This one, I might need to resubmit because I'm just not feeling that 8 number, but hey, we'll see what the rest come out to. A little disappointing, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So up next, we got the Sleepy Tyranitar. Now this one wasn't actually pulled on a video. This one was the wife's card. She actually bought some Battle Styles packs at the local trade card show that I picked up the Pop 3 pack from, and she was looking to pull this card and she managed to pull it in 5 packs, loose packs, Battle Styles. She picked it up, so I wanted to surprise her with this one. She didn't know that I submitted it for her, but because this is her technical PC card, I wanted to make sure it was immortalized, encased in plastic, you know, slab it up. And we don't really care about the rating because honestly, this one was really special. It was her pull, so she was super stoked about it. So hey, if we can get a 10, absolute win. But the ranking on this one, it doesn't really matter. But let's see, what did PSA rate this one? Okay, a mint 9. Now, I'm a little bit surprised on this one because I think there is a bit, let me get that in focus there. I don't know if you can tell, but on the right side, it is a little thinner in terms of the border, a little heavier on that left side, but a 9 rating. I mean, look at that. This is, again, I feel like worse than the Zapdos G card, but you can see a little more heavier border on the top and right, but they decided that that was a 9 grade, so pretty much raw value. But hey, doesn't matter. Again, going through to the wife's PC, super stoked that she managed to pull this, managed to get a grow card, and it's Turnitar, again, one of our favorite Pokemons, and just such a cool artwork. Turnitar just absolutely passed out after gobbling up a ton of food, having a buffet to themselves. That's okay. A 9 rating, definitely a nice one on that one. Okay, Roaring Moon EX Special Illustration Rare. This one is from Paradox Rift. If you recall, pulled this one out of a Paradox Rift sleeved booster pack. So this one was awesome. It helped to push forward in terms of the bounties that I had set out there. So hopefully this one comes back. I would love it to be a 10. I just find the artwork though alone absolutely incredible on this. I feel like Paradox Rift is a very underrated set. This is a huge card, one of the top, if not the top chase card of that set, and the artwork to boot is just absolutely fire. This is Fuego Town, and I'm hopeful. Again, very minty, could be a 10. I feel like very clean borders, so we're gonna see, does PSA do us dirty, or is PSA on the right track? I'm hopeful. I think I predicted a 10 because I felt very confident with the alignment here. So Roaring Moon EX, let's see, Paradox Rift, is it a 10? It's an 8. Okay, this is a massive slip. I do not know how I feel about that. A near mint 8. That is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect that one. There is like no damage. It's fairly clean, maybe a little heavier on the left here, but that is no, like, I don't see any rough edges or anything like that. And on the front side, again, just look at how clean that border is. It's pretty even on all sides, maybe a slight thinner on the top, but not much. I mean, I've seen worse cards get a 10 grading, so that is an absolute drop in terms of what I thought it would get to from a rating side. So that is very disappointing for sure. That is not ideal by any means. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, Latias. This is the Latias Diamond Prism card from Sun and Moon era. This was the Celestial Storm pack. This was one of the original bounties. Again, got the Roaring Moon. That kicked off the Celestial Storm pack to be opened up on a bounty, so I was super stoked to land the Latias Diamond card. This thing looks super cool, and I remember talking about how this treatment, it reminded me actually of a Magic card, like the old school Magic. I'm talking about when Magic first came out in the early 90s. It had this kind of darker gradient treatment to it, black borders and things like that. So this card really felt funny because it was Pokemon card, but it had like Magic the Gathering vibes. So, and it's Latias. I mean, Latias, one of the more favorite Pokemons for sure. And I think the card design is super cool. Would love to see this kind of diamond treatment come back in one of the newer sets coming up. And who knows, maybe there will be something after Team Rocket, but you never know. But for now, this one definitely a very cool card to pull. Again, I think I was saying this one was going to probably be a 9. I don't know if it's going to be a 10, but I mean, who knows? PSA so far has really thrown me for the loop because I did not expect an 8 with that Roaring Moon card. That is absolutely brutal. So I'm hoping there's some redemption here with the Latias holo. So we'll see. Is there? Oh my gosh. There's a theme. There is a running theme with PSA right now on this submission. Getting a near mint 8 on this Latias. That is not great. But again, older card, there's a little bit of like an offset with the kind of like hollow treatment. I didn't have expectations for a 10 potentially on that. I don't know, but an 8 seems a little unforgiving. At least was hoping for a 9. I feel like this should have gotten something like, again, we're talking about a very minty Celestial Storm pack. So an 8, not great. And next and last from the PSA side of things is the Unigaba Flareon. So this one, again, I don't know. You can already see here on the left, its potential. I mean, who knows? I'm probably gonna get an 8 with this one as well. I mean, if that's gonna be the running theme here with PSA, I'm probably gonna get screwed over on the rating. But again, a very fresh, minty card pulled from one of the packs that I picked up at a local trade card show. So I'm hoping this Flareon can land a 10. This would be great. I do have some EVs from the Unigaba that were pulled, and I believe I have a Sylveon as well. So if this comes back at a 10, I think it'll be worth at least submitting those other 2 cards and maybe building out this set a little bit more and hopefully at a 10 level. But let's see, can the Flareon deliver a 10? Okay, Gem Mint 10. PSA must have felt a little guilty for giving me so many 8s on that one, so they gave a Gem Mint 10 on the Flareon Unigaba promo card. Again, super hard for the Japanese side, at least for my eyes. My ojos are really bad, I'm not gonna lie. So seeing for the alignment, and with this kind of gradient border on the background, really hard to tell from the backside if alignment's off or on compared to like the English side where very, you know, straight edged. This one, I kind of threw it in there and I thought it looked minty, maybe it'll get a 10, and it did. It actually ended up getting a Gem Mint 10. So that is a nice hit, and that's a nice ranking. So we'll see how the Beckett side now goes through, because PSA no me gusta so far. Shoebox return, that's what Beckett should call these, the shoebox return, because 3 cards, it's a bit excessive, let's be honest. 3 cards from a shoebox, it's absolutely wild. But you know, good to see that they take these ratings seriously. So I'm gonna do my best to pull these out without seeing them. Oh, there's another box in here. Okay, so it was a box within a box. What's in the box? Right, well, we do know what's in the box. Like I said, the Espeon VMAX from Fusion Strike, Greninja EX from Twilight Masquerade, and the Charizard from XY Evolutions. Okay, we've got 3 cards coming out, and we're gonna have to keep them away from the camera. 3 potential big hits. Now, different setup here. We've got some paperwork. Do not want to see that. Keep that away. 3 cards from Beckett, and we're gonna see. There's a little telltale sign here with the silver, and there is a gold. So I think with Beckett, unfortunately, when you see the color, that is a giveaway. There are no black labels here. That's unfortunate, but again, Beckett, technically, if you go with what people say online, the going rate is Beckett grades a little bit more difficult and more challenging than, say, PSA. But I mean, I got wrecked on the PSA submission, so who knows? It seems like I might have gotten wrecked with the Beckett submission, but we'll go through it. We'll leave the gold because that, I don't know, that has potential here. I don't know where that's going to land, but the other 2 are going to come through. Okay. This is the Charizard. I mean, I have to say, this one absolutely blew me away. Opened up I think it was a Dark Matters tin, and it had an XY Evolutions pack in it. I don't even think I was expecting an XY Evolutions pack in it. And I pulled the absolute fire chase card from XY Evolutions, which was the Charizard. And I absolutely love this card because of the fact that it is the original artwork used on the card. So I obviously can't afford a first edition base set Charizard. This is a very nice complimentary way to get into it and have at least that artwork, but without, you know, mortgaging the house, mortgaging the car, selling everything, pretty much selling my soul, you know what I mean? So this was a nice win to pull this, and this will definitely be a grail item to keep. I'm so happy with this one. And, you know, again, the degeneracy might come through. I might have to pull out some more XY Evolution packs when I can. But let's see, what does the Charizard from XY Evolutions pull from a rating on Beckett? It is a mint 9. So not great, but we'll see. So centering is a 10. But they're saying that the corners and the surface are 9s and the edges are 9.5. And I believe when it comes to Beckett, if you have at least one 9 and two 9.5s and one 10, you can bump up to either a 9.5 or potentially, I don't know if that's possible to get the black label, but I know you can get up to a 9.5. So that's unfortunate. Super close potential there. I don't know, maybe a 9 on the Beckett side. This could potentially, though, be a PSA 10. So I might have to make the gamble here and submit this one as part of the PSA resubmission. So let's get it out of there on the protective casing. But you can see that is just such a beautiful card. A little off lopsided in terms of where the placement is within their graded plastic slab, so that's not great. But again, this card super clean, came out of a tin, so it was well packaged, safe, and you know, was hoping for at least a 9.5. Truthfully, I was hoping for that black label. That would have been absolutely amazing, but I don't actually think there's a lot of black labels with the XY Evolutions Charizard. So keep me honest, let me know in the comments if there is, because I feel like I haven't seen anything. But I would have loved a 9.5, but hey, I'll take the 9, of course, because that is just a beautiful card. So next up, we'll see what is, okay, so this is the Greninja EX from Twilight Masquerade. Pulled this from a Twilight Masquerade Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. The ETB was absolutely fire, and I couldn't believe I pulled the Chase card from Twilight Masquerade. That said, has just been so good to me ever since I pulled the Greninja EX special illustration rare. So this one not getting the black label, but we will see what is it going to get now. It is a mint 9. So okay, this one has an 8.5 centering. Let's actually pull it out here. Let's see. Let's investigate a little bit more here. So it has an 8.5 on the centering. Corners and surface are 9.5s, and the edges are crisp ends. So an 8.5 on the centering. An 8.5 on the centering, really harsh rating on that, but I don't know. Everything else was quite minty. So yeah, that's a tough go. And there's something stuck on the inside. I don't know if you can see it there. You can kind of see it on the camera. I don't know if that's like a hair or like a bubble pocket or some dust. That is not ideal, but yeah. And there's also some dust. See that dust speck right there? That's on the inside. That's not on the out. So quality control in question. Not super stoked about that, but a mint 9 Beckett grade. So this card's fairly minty. That 8.5 gets me thinking. I really think this one is going to be worth submitting to PSA and try and get a PSA 10. I feel like everything else is really looking good, and that's centering at an 8.5. And again, we're talking about Beckett, pretty strict on their ratings. That has to be, you know, very close to a 10. And again, I don't know what's going on, but you can kind of, let me get that in focus. Can you see how it's slightly off? It's not fully sitting right. So I don't know if there was some shifting going on when they sealed it, but yeah, again, quality control issues. So before we get to the last one, which is the Espeon VMAX, we got one more pack of Stellar Crown, because you know, you gotta do it for the science, the degen science. So let's see, maybe I can hit the Terapagos special illustration rare on Stellar Crown to make up for all these kind of, I would say, average ratings. I don't know. I feel like it's not a full-on good submission so far. There are some nice hits. I mean, that Flareon Unigaba was a nice unexpected 10, but I was expecting a little bit more higher rating for some of those, especially the Roaring Moon. That is absolutely harsh that it got an 8. So let's see, Score Bunny, reverse holo, and no hit on that last pack. So no luck other than the A-Spec pull, but let's get back to it. So last card to share on the ratings is the Espeon VMAX from Fusion Strike. Now this card, absolute beautiful card. This artwork is stunning. I cannot believe I actually pulled this card. Again, it is so hard with Fusion Strike. It is Fusion Strikeout for a reason. You just don't get the hits. So besides the Gengar VMAX, this Espeon VMAX, second to highest chase card to pull. Love the artwork on this one. This is an absolute grail of a card to pull, and it's got some gold to it. So folks, this could be a fairly good rating. Obviously not the black label 10. Could it be a gold label 10? Let's find out. Is Beckett going to bless me? A 9.5. Oh, so close. So close. Okay, so let's see here. So centering is at a 9.5. Edges 9.5. Surface is a 9.5. And the corners are a 10. So it is a 9.5 gem mint. Still not enough to get me to a 10. Gold label would have been great. You know, obviously the black label would have been even better. I feel like this one was super minty. I mean, look at this card. It is stunning. And it is so good. Look at the alignment there. Like, that is a pristine card. That is so nice looking, and it got a gem mint 9. So yeah, that's tough. Again, this definitely has potential to be a PSA 10, because I mean, I would argue a 9.5 and a Beckett should correlate to a PSA 10 relatively easy. I mean, come on, 9.5s across the board with a 10 on the corner side. That's a fairly clean card from a Beckett standard. Just not enough to get to a 10, but I feel like PSA will see things a little bit differently. So this one will be interesting to see if I can crack it and submit it through PSA. I do love the gold though, so maybe I'll have to keep it in the background for a few videos just so I can get some, you know, airtime with it, because it looks great, but unfortunately not a 10. So I guess we'll have to wait for the next round of submissions to see if there's maybe a little more love on the PSA side. Now the grading I don't think was super nice to me today. I feel like some of those cards, like that Roaring Moon EX, should have gotten a higher rating than the Gem Mint 8. That, I don't know, maybe the reviewers were having an off day and it just so happened to be my batch that they were going through and didn't want to give me the love that those cards probably deserved, because honestly some of those are super minty and I think they can command a higher rating, especially when you think about Espeon VMAX getting a 9.5. Didn't even get a 10, but I think it could go over to the PSA side to get a 10. And maybe on the flip side of a PSA, maybe that Unigaba Flareon can go and command itself to get a gold 10 Beckett, maybe even a pristine 10 Beckett card. That would be actually pretty cool to see the black label slabbed on that one. So might have to make a resubmission plan here, submit that. I'll share those results with you if I do, of course, on a future video. But that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash the like button, and while you're at it, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your submissions to both PSA and Beckett as of late have been going. Have you been getting big time 10s across the board, or have you been getting some lower rated grades coming back, much like what I experienced today? Let me know down below. And while you're at it, you can check out other videos here and here as well. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already by clicking the button down there. I'll catch up with you on the next one, and until then, the drops don't stop.